Hey everybody, welcome back to Mead Monday on the Mead Masters Guild. I'm here with my good friend and Mead Maiden Courtney.
Hey everyone.
And today we are drinking with the Orange Cat. Stay tuned. Alright, today we are drinking the Orange Cat by Grey Owl Meadery from Alder Flats, Alberta. And this is actually a really new mead they've had out. They've only had this out for about a month now. It is a Pyment, so it's made with grapes, and I believe, and forgive me if I butcher this name, Orensteiner grapes, I believe. They hand-picked them from British Columbia, I believe, I apologize for this, from Naramata Bench in British Columbia, which I believe is just north of Penticton. Yeah, they say they hand-picked them for this. This is kind of a new specialty thing that they brought out, so let's get into it.
Okay, so first impression, there is barely any color to this at all. Barely any. Similar coloring to what you would see in a white wine. You know, just a little off white, but...
Little off white with a very, very slight yellow tinge.
It doesn't have very strong legs either, from what I can tell. It's running down fairly fast down the glass.
Yeah, fairly quickly, so
it's not going to be
sugar.
Yeah, so it's not going to be super, super sweet, which, hey, some people would prefer not to feel like they're drinking honey. Personal preference. I really smell the grapes. It almost has like an ice wine type smell to it. A
little bit. Yeah, like the grape smell is very, very pronounced. With a slight sweetness, would probably with kind of indicative to ice wine, but yeah, I think that's probably just the honey.
Ooh. It does have a bit of an orangey.
Oh yeah.
Orangey sort of taste to it.
Yeah, it's a mix with, it starts grape and then goes to a subtle orange kind of at the end.
Yeah, that's actually a very good description. It has a very slight bubble to it, so unlike a sparkling mead, this just has the slightest amount of fizz.
Yeah, it's not a still, but it's not a sparkling. It's kind of in the middle.
Yeah, like they had a disappointing love child.
kind of in the middle. But no, like
not that this is disappointing. Please do not read me wrong. This is actually very good.
No, this mead is actually pretty good.
I'm interested how it's going to pair with the stuff that we have today. The more I sip at it, the more orange I'm getting out of it. Which is strange, but...
It could just be the grape style they've had. I don't think I've ever heard of an
Orensteiner.
Steiner.
Orensteiner. Like, I don't know. If I'm swearing or saying something indecent in German, please do not take offense. I'm not attempting to be awful and get demonetized.
But no, like it might just be the grape, but yeah, like the grape and the slight orange is really cool. If that's like what the actual grape itself's flavoring is, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good. Let's try it with cracked popcorn.
More cracked popcorn.
More cracked popcorn. So basically, this is buttered popcorn with salt and a drizzle of white chocolate.
I find like the chocolate isn't so...
It almost gets rid of a lot of like the taste is sharper.
Like, yeah, the meat is sharper, but the food, like the popcorn's like the sweetness of like the chocolate, everything has just been brought down. Yeah,
and it also makes this the mead taste not as sweet, so you're actually tasting more of the
grape.
Of the grape for sure. You kind of lose the orange though.
A little bit. I can taste the grape, but yeah, the orange is almost gone in that.
So Brian was good enough to go out, and we have two different chocolates to try with this because orange and chocolate. Hello. We have a 78% cacao dark chocolate from Lindt, and we also have an orange intense from Lindt, and it's orange with little bits of almond sliver in it. And I believe it's a dark chocolate, not as strong as like the 78%, but it's still in that dark family. So we're going to try the orange first?
Yep.
Oh, the orange is so good in that. It's like a cherry chocolate orange.
Oh yeah, it is.
It doesn't really taste like. Oh yeah, you start to get the dark chocolate taste a little bit after, but your first initial
Kind of at
bite.
the end.
Mm-hmm. Holy orange Batman!
Oh man, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
It's like you.
It's like the
Literally
grapes gone, but
bit
it's like
into an orange.
just bit straight into an orange.
That is crazy.
And because it's sparkling, it almost makes it taste juicy.
Yeah, like that's.
It's like you just bit into
Orange
a
slice.
juicy chocolate orange.
Yeah.
That's actually nuts.
That is crazy. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's surprising though.
Ooh, baking options.
Baking a cupcake?
Baking a cupcake.
Or maybe a lava cake?
Fat kid me is screaming.
Well, the fat kid in both of us is going to love the cooking channel, trust me.
Oh, absolutely.
Make sure there's enough for the horn. I still have enough, I'm good.
Good.
Next, we're going to try the 78% cacao, but maybe we should try to... I'm trying to get the orange out of my mouth.
I know.
It's a fairly lingering flavor element. It's really orange.
Me, a lot of it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Because it's so dark, it's got a bit of a bitterness to it. Which makes this taste sweeter.
Yeah. Makes it taste sweeter. The flavors are definitely bumped up and more pronounced, I'm finding. Not as much as, say, like when we had it with the chocolate, the orange chocolate. But it's just, it kind of brings the meat itself up.
Yeah, I can actually taste a bit of the honey now.
Almost like a little thick. I don't know if it's because of the butter or whatever's in the chocolate that just kind
The
of...
cocoa butter. It could also be the bitterness of the cocoa.
Yeah.
It kind of bumps up that honey note. But it's an interesting... It's interesting the difference between the two. But I will say my definite favorite is that orange.
Oh, that orange chocolate with this was freaking intense.
Now today, we're gonna... Because we're starting the Kitchen Witch Wednesdays, we also have a recipe that we made, and it's a spicy orange honey glazed chicken that we made with this specific mead, and it is phenomenal. So we're gonna see how it pairs. There's for you on our finest chinette. It is plastic.
It's classy.
And napkins, because this is sticky AF.
But no, if you want to see, we're going to try this definitely with the mead. Also, Cordy was nice enough to be able to cook this up with this mead, and the smell of it is phenomenal. One day they shall invent smell-o-vision, and a new world of awesomeness will be opened up. But until then, take a word for it, that smells really great. It's smoked chicken with this orange mead glaze.
And that you definitely, when the recipe is available, you are definitely going to want to recreate. It is so good. Like, the peppers are amazing. But I'm moving those off because I want chicken.
So yeah, Courtney's husband was nice enough to smoke these chicken thighs. They had some onion powder.
Yeah, like a Memphis style glaze now, or Memphis style rub. Now, had I thought ahead, I probably would have tried to concoct some sort of Asian 5-spice with like the cinnamon and the anise, but unfortunately, I just...
Time. We have a friend that's getting married
in about a month now, so...
At Courtney's home here, so yeah, it's been quite busy. Alright.
Alright, well, let's give us another dip in the glaze here. It's so good.
Amazing. Orange.
Yeah, it really tastes like orange.
Or like, yeah, like, it's already a very pronounced orange glaze on this smoked chicken.
Yeah.
But the mead, it just seems to amplify the flavors, I find. The sweetness of it. And even the smokiness a little bit is just, everything's just like dialed up.
Yeah, so we wouldn't say it's a... what's the word we're looking for? There's a word, what?
What word? There's a lot of words.
It's not a type of... this is more of an accompaniment than a pairing. I would say, like, the idea is that they both complement each other very well. And it's not like, you know, when we try certain chocolates or different cheeses, it completely changes the taste profile of this mead. Because with the chicken, it's not changing the taste profile, it's just amping it up a little bit.
Because this was used in the cooking.
Yeah. A good cup of it.
Well, absolutely.
Or half cup. I think it was a half cup. Yeah, it was a half cup, but still really good.
No, but that's so
deadly.
Good. But
like, even with the Memphis style spicing,
it's got that, and because you put a little chili in there.
Yeah, I put chili flake into the sauce to kind of break up the sweetness a little bit.
And yeah, just between that and the orange, and it's such a balance of sweet and spicy.
Like, the spice is just enough that you can feel a little bit of the heat, but not so much that you can't feel your face.
Yeah. I'm not a guy that likes spicy food. That's just me. But I'd say this is
mild.
I'm very mild. I'd say like kind of like a Frank's mild, even if that.
I find it less than Frank's.
Yeah. So for anybody out there that's not a fan of spice, you can still enjoy this, and it's just got the slightest hint of heat.
Well, the thing is, if you wanted to do this in your own home with this recipe, you could probably use a little bit of cracked white pepper or cracked black pepper in place of chilies. And you'll still get a bit of that pepperiness without the heat.
Yeah. Or if you're like some of our friends who just like destroy their insides with peppers, you can
add more.
Add scorpion peppers. Why not?
No, because I like my chicken. It died once. I don't gotta kill it twice.
I gotta kill it twice with a scorpion. But
I think it's horn time.
I think it is horn time. Definitely.
Ooh, the phrasing of that was awful. It's horn time.
Ladies first, let's try the official mead drinking vessel.
I feel like Vanna White, so glamorous. Everything tastes better out of this damn horn.
It does taste better out of the damn horn.
Don't know what it is. Having a bit more of that orange though.
It's just the meat itself is just more aromatic. It could be, but again, like beers, wines, different liqueurs that have their own drinking vessels to be able to appreciate the aroma and the texture, mouthfeel, and everything. I think I like the horn because it's so different, but the opening of the horn is so big that you can both have it on your palate and your nose at the same time.
Well, not only that, but when you've tilted it, it provides such a large surface area for oxygen to get to.
Yes.
Yeah, it tastes like I bit into an orange slice. Crazy.
It's awesome. No, like definitely kudos to Grey Owl for this. I think this is an amazing, and like I said, it's brand new. I can definitely see this being well loved and received.
Yeah, and if the people at Grey Owl get a chance to try their mead with this chocolate bar, please do. It is so nice together.
It's like you literally bit into a juicy chocolate. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's about the only way I can think of to explain it.
A juicy chocolate orange, like it's like nothing I've tried. It's like Terry's chocolate, but if it was juicy.
Yeah, it's kind of funny with like different chocolates and different flavorings how it completely transforms the mead almost.
Absolutely. But no, like we'll definitely will be picking up another bottle of this because this is amazing, and definitely want more of my friends and family to try this. But we'll leave it here for this week. If you'd like to check out this recipe that Courtney came up with, we'll leave a link to the description for the Wednesday to follow for this recipe, and so you can watch the video. Come by, say hi. Let us know. Is there would you try something like this? Say a mead that tastes like that's one fruit but tastes like another, and this was the grape mead that had the natural accompaniment of the orange to it.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Or do you think you would try it with a chocolate that could totally taste or just amplify the profile to something you've never thought before? Leave a comment below, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Peace.